Alright, as you can see, I've got my 5 wing sections done. There are 3 of them at 40 inches. There's 2 of them here at 60 inches. And just to kind of give you a rundown on what I've got here, this is just kind of an overall result of what I've got. Here we've got this, like I said, this is 40 inches from end to end. The actual wing cord from the tip, from the leading edge to the trailing edge, it comes out to just under 13 and a half. 13 and a half inches. This is where my king post will go. I'm still uncertain as to the height of the king post. I'll figure that part out later. But I've got my 2 leads that'll be I'll connect these probably through servo extensions to my receiver. This is the lead for my ailerons. Comes in here and it splits off right about here in the just before the king post here. One goes this way. They're actually tucked in there. We just tucked in one of them holes there. There we go. And comes out this other way here. And I've got the wires here. This is for the flaps. Again, comes in, splits off right about here, comes out the sides. See, I've got them labeled so that I'll know, at a quick glance. So, and then here, I've got an A on that connector for the ailerons and an F on this connector for the flaps. The same on that end. Set that here. My shoes out of the way. This wing section here is same as the centerpiece. This is 40 inches. This section will have my my flaps on it. Same with this section over here will have my flaps on it. But this one here I've got marked as my left center. So where the centerpiece is, this piece will go to the left. I'll have my servo here for my flaps, which I still haven't determined the exact length of my flaps. I'm still working on that, but I'll get to it. But you'll see here on the top, I've got 2 eye bolts screwed in here. Remember on my previous videos, I've got a block of wood here with a T-nut underneath that these eye bolts screw into. These will be for my ground lines that come off the king post. The ground lines are on here to keep the wing from sagging down to the ground, because we're talking 20-foot wing. It's 10 feet from each side of the center. So I've got two eye bolts on here for the ground lines. On the bottom, I've got 4 eye bolts screwed in here. Again, remember from that same video earlier, I actually have a plywood plate in here, just that thin 1/8 inch or 3/16, I think it's 1/8 inch plywood on here, and that's screwed in place by these. And then I've got T-nut on top of those pieces of wood that these screw into, and then I've got them hot glued in place just so they don't spin on me. But these 4 eye bolts here are for the flight lines. The flight lines are on there to keep the wing from folding up while it's hopefully flying around. Let's see here, I've got this one marked as the right center, so this is the same as that one there, except this one goes on the right side of the centerpiece. So there's my 2 eye bolts, my flap servo, my 4 eye bolts here for the flight lines. Here, the first 60-inch piece. Let's see, is that, yeah. This one I've got labeled as the left. So this one, you've got there'll be the centerpiece with the king post. Then you've got the 40-inch section with the flap. Then you've got this on the left side. Flip that around here. That will go on the end down there. So I've got my 2 eye bolts up here for my ground lines. Here on the bottom, I've got 2 servos for my ailerons. I've got my 4 eye bolts here on the bottom for the ground lines. Now something I did change. Okay, well I do want to mention that the right side of right aileron section. It looks the same as this, just to be on the right side. But I was talking with Tony from rchelp.com. Incredibly helpful guy. For the past month and a half or so, I've been talking with him. He's just absolutely a very informative guy. The two of us were talking about this plane last week. We were talking about the wing, and we were trying to cut some weight and cut some servos out of the picture, trying to save amperage draw that'll go to the receiver. The last thing I want to do is burn out the receiver. So something that he and I did decide to do was to actually take out one of the servos for each of the ailerons. So the ailerons, instead of being the full 60-inch ailerons like I had originally intended with 2 aileron servos, what I'm going to do is I'm going to use 40-inch ailerons with 1 servo. I might even cut that down to 30 inches. I'm still kind of undecided about that. But instead of being run on 2 servos, it's just going to be run on 1. Now, fortunately enough, I had enough forethought ahead of time. When I installed the servo mounting plates in here for the 2 servos, I actually did. I don't know if you can you zoom in on this spot right here, babe? Mm-hmm. See, there's a bit of a rectangle right there. That little bitty rectangle right there, I did actually wire in. Well, I set up this wing to be run either on 2 servos or 1 servo, because I was curious how it would work with one and how it would work with the other. So I went ahead and I wired that up that way to begin with. Because I've got, let's see, yeah, the servo lead right here actually comes in and splits off for the 2 servos. Now, what I can do is I've got this string in here, and I've actually got to cut this hole a little bigger, but I can pull the other servo lead out and just tuck this one in there. That lead goes into the wing to a servo connector that I put right here. So I actually don't have to reopen this wing just to get to everything, which is really good. I'm glad I did this. So basically all I've got to do is take these 2 servos out, disconnect them, cut this triangle out, because it's just packing tape that's holding in. It's just packing tape that's holding in one of these blanks. This blank is what I cut out for that servo to fit. So if I just cut this out, that piece will come out. Then I could take one of these servos, move it over to here, connect it, put it in there, and then screw it in, and I'll still screw it right into the servo mounting plate that I put here. Then I just got to put blanks in these 2 spots here, so I don't have to open this up. I was so glad I did that. So from each of the wing sections, I've just got to pop 1 servo out and move it over, and we'll be in good shape. I still have to work on getting the ailerons cut out. I got to work on getting the flaps cut out. But you can see, I've got that part done. The wing is complete. I just got to get the 2 aileron control surfaces and the 2 flap control surfaces, and the wing will be done. What I'm going to be working on next is the fuselage. I still have this apart because I wasn't sure if I wanted to just start putting that together. But where's my other box? Oh, there. Here we go. This is the good stuff. Here we go. This is a Hobby Wing Fly Fun 100 amp speed control. That is a big one. We're gonna get that mounted. We're gonna get the motor mounted. I'm not sure how yet, but the wife is sitting behind the camera. What are you saying?
Big motor.
Yeah, it's a big motor. Oh, it's a big plane. But I tell you what, to be honest with you, as far as this motor goes, do I think there's going to be enough power? Absolutely, 150%. This motor will get this plane off the ground. Now, how it performs while it gets off the ground, that part's up to me. But the reason why I say this is because I came across a YouTube video last night while I was up. There's a guy, he's got this just insane stunt plane, massive 3D. Guy's just super talented with this plane. The plane weighs, I think he said it weighs 19, or yeah, the plane weighs 19 pounds. Using this same motor, which is a Taken 160. Yeah, it's a Taken Bigfoot 160, 245 kV. Now, the guy has this motor on his plane with a 19-inch propeller. And like I said, this plane weighs 19 pounds, like 19 and a half pounds, something like that. And he was whipping that plane around like it was a piece of paper. Insane vertical. I mean, the plane was just going vertical, and the guy said it like half throttle. If this motor will shove his 19 and a half pound motor vertically with no hesitation, I mean, we're talking foam board here. I don't anticipate this plane weighing 19 pounds. And if this motor will shove his plane vertical with no hesitation, I don't think it's going to be a problem getting my plane off the ground. Even if it weighs 22 pounds, I'm not flying this thing vertical. I'm not doing barrel rolls. I'm not hovering. I'm not doing, you know, I just want it to just laze around the park. And I want it to know that everybody is looking at it, because chances are everybody's going to be looking at it. I mean, how many people have a foam board radio controlled plane that's 20-foot wingspan? You know, you tell me. So anyway, yeah, as far as the motor, I think this is a perfect choice. I just have to decide on the propeller. I think the guy said in the description of his video, I think he said it was a 17-inch propeller, something like that. That's a mighty big propeller, but it was gorgeous. It was very entertaining to watch. But yeah, we're gonna get the speed control mounted, and what I'm thinking for the speed control is probably up here somewhere in this upper compartment here, and I was thinking about having this lower compartment down here. I would really like to put a video camera on here, so I can catch footage from the air. I tell you, what kind of an FPV setup would this thing be? But we'll see. You know, the wife's shaking her head no. Okay, I've got there in the garage. I've got another plane that I'd like to do FPV with. I'll get to that. So yeah, like I said, I've got the wings pretty much done. I've just got to take out 2 servos, move 1 servo, get some control surfaces made up. Because I've got these eye bolts sticking out from the tops and the bottoms, and there'll be my servos sticking out the bottom with push rods to the control horns on the control surfaces. To actually store these, I was thinking about going over to my local hardware store, which is actually Lowe's, and it's actually probably only about 1/8 of a mile to the east of me here, so that's really handy. It's terrible. I live so close to Lowe's and so close to Harbor Freight. That's where I do a lot of shopping. But anyway, I was thinking about going over to Lowe's and picking up some PVC tubing and some fittings and stuff, and just making some shelves that I could put these wings on, and not worry about them getting dinged up, but still keeping them up and out of the way. Do the same thing with the fuselage pieces, so I can store them neatly. It's not a plane I'm going to be flying every day. So, all right. I'm not sure that there's anything else I wanted to talk about. Something else I was talking to Tony about on the tail section. Instead of doing 2 servos on the elevator and 2 servos on the rudder, we're actually going to only do 1 each, because the servos, the torque rating on the servos is 10 kilograms. Now, if you guys know the conversion, that comes out to just over 22 pounds. That's actually quite a bit. Like I said, the servos that I got are not the ones that I ordered. The ones that I ordered were 5.5 kilograms. And for some reason, Hobby King just decided to bless me with stronger Metal Gear servos. I guess that's all right. So yeah, we're gonna do one servo on the rudder, one servo on the elevator. I just got to figure out how to run 2 control rods from the servo back to the elevator. That way it pulls evenly. I think that would be a little better than having one straight one come down and pull in on the elevator from the middle. I think it'd be better to have 2 control rods going out so it's pulling from 2 points. I think that might be a little better. I don't know yet. We'll have to work on that. So anyway, I appreciate you guys watching. I appreciate all you guys' help. Appreciate your support, and keep watching, man. I'm gonna keep making videos. As you know, I'm gonna keep making them as soon as I get progress done. I want you guys to see what I'm up to. From what a lot of you are saying, you're curious about what I'm up to. And all right, take care. Thanks for watching.